It's all of that. It's like, like how we were saying on the movie, like everybody had their own spin on why, like, all the MCs from the life getting blow up or whatever. And that's still, my whole spin on that is still a business thing. That's why I said it earlier. It gotta be business. We are artists, and if you know how artists are, you know how they doing. You know, they all into their art. And that's it. I don't care what type of artist you're talking about. A painter, whatever the fuck. All they gonna be focused on is that art. So that's how we was. I know that's how I was when I was at the Good Life. Like I say, I didn't know what was going on at the moment because it was so dope to me, and the energy, I wasn't tripping off, oh, maybe I should be trying to get signed right now, or maybe, I was like, no, maybe every Thursday I should be the best motherfucking dude here. And that was my goal, and I did that like for a minute, you know, like a couple of Thursdays in a row, maybe 2 months, I come with the hardest verse and just killing everybody in there and screaming. That was the shit I was on, but I still thought that I was getting my shit together. You know what I mean? I wasn't seeing myself as everybody else. Like, I was just still like, man, this is like class to me. So I'm just, you know, getting my shit together. But yeah, I'm letting people know that I do this and I can do that. But I was still like, I wasn't really thinking the whole thing of coming out and, you know, going to labels and conforming to these little albums. That wasn't where my mind was at that moment, you know, and I seen people doing it, and I still wasn't, me personally, I wasn't into that. I should have been. I'm gonna let you know, I should have been. I'm just saying I wasn't into that. You know, I was just, every Thursday, like I said, that was my life. That Thursday was the peak of what the fuck I was doing, and it was so much energy, and still, it ain't never been nothing like that. The Blow is dope as a motherfucker, but the Good Life is a different thing. It was like, it could be 50 MCs in one setting, and you wouldn't know who was the dopest or the tightest. You wouldn't have slightest idea. And you can get your head slayed by anybody at any moment. I ain't never seen no place like that. And that's why I was so interested in that at that moment, because I knew that even if I get signed, it's not gonna be like 50 MCs somewhere and, you know, one setting type of thing, you know, where we can all get raw. So I was like, this is my shit right here. So I wasn't thinking on those levels at that moment. I was going to people's videos and all that shit, and still not tripping like, damn, I don't got a video. I wasn't tripping off that. I was living that moment, as they say. But, you know, it was times I was going to certain offices and all that. But I could say maybe while I wasn't getting signed, because I did talk to different people, you know, I could say, like, one day I had a meeting with the dude named Ellay from NWA and Above the Law. He was their producer. He used to be like a security or producer in NWA. I think he was their security, but then when Above the Law came, he was actually a producer and, like, you know, turned into the money man and the managers and shit like that. So I had a meeting with him, you know, but, you know, played him a lot of raw ass material. He seen me, of course, perform. Then he was like, damn, maybe I could do something with that energy. But, you know, the songs, it was real underground type of shit. So I don't think he thought in his mind money. Because he didn't, but I think that was his wrong. As an older producer, you're supposed to be like, look, I saw the raw energy on stage. Now what can I do as a producer to artist develop? You feel me? Now I know that now, I'm just saying, but I didn't know that then. You know what I mean? I know that now. Labels have a section called artist development. Where they don't know if they put that out or not, but yeah, we signing you, we getting you money, but we just working with you, trying to, you know, figure out your style and what angle we gonna fuck with you with. Feel me? Raw talent is a motherfucking, man, you know, so I'm saying it wasn't like really a focus at that moment. Like, I could have just been hounding the dude and calling him. I didn't do none of that shit. It was just a meeting, and alright, I'm with this dude, and then tomorrow night I'm with some other fool. So it was just like, you know, on the real, it was just like a kind of, I thought, look, logistically I thought this, because I was young, a teenager. Damn, this is how my life is. Every day. This shit gonna go on forever. That's how my mind was, you know, being young and dumb.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, the good life's gonna be here forever, and people gonna be coming around the world flying here every Thursday forever. Feel me? Being naive to political situations and shit like that. So I think that was the whole part of it. I was naive to life at that moment, and I thought that this was just the way of life now, you know. We here now, the homies is getting signed, so yeah, I'm gonna get signed too, because everybody getting deals, and I don't know what the fuck they did to get the deal, you feel me?
Yeah.
I don't know if they had managers, most of them did.
Yeah.
I did, you know, but I ended up acquiring all that shit too.
So now, like, obviously you're older and you've got all this shit under your belt, you understand it, the business is a lot more.
Oh, yeah.
And now you're putting out albums, you're putting out videos now, you know, like legit, the video was way legit, like it was well done. It was, talk about now, what you're trying to do now with your music, with Rifleman, with Ellay Khule, whatever you want to, you know, what are you trying to do as an artist now to drive yourself forward with, period?
Man, I'm still like, I'm on the tip of just trying to do a lot of promotion right now.
Yeah.
You know, say like this YouTube thing. I ignored YouTube for up to, I'm gonna say 5 months ago, dude.
Really?
Realistically, and that's what I'm saying. You know, life just had you in these tornadoes and shit. I'm like, I'm living this shit. Like, I'm not fucking watching no motherfucking YouTube, and I don't give a fuck about YouTube, which was dumb. I'm just gonna say, because when I start watching this shit now, I'm like, damn, this is where everybody at.
Yeah.
This is how everybody's promoting themselves. You know, you don't have to be on BT. Throw a YouTube video up and see how many views you can get. You know, I put one video up thus far, and that's the Laker video.
Oh, the one where you at the parade, right?
Yeah. And in 2 months, it's already up to like 62, 6,500. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's where it's at. But I ain't put shit up before that, just to let people know. Yeah. I still be finding shit on there. I'm like, damn, somebody put this little song in there. You know, even this morning I did that shit. So people just be throwing shit up there, you know, songs they like. They might be at a show with a camera like that, or they phone cameras. Boom, oh, Ellay Khule blew up this show right here, throw it on YouTube type of shit.
Yeah.
But it's not a controlled thing from me. So I think that's a whole thing too. Like, but now I'm like, I'm looking at that shit
you can
now.
actually control it.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I should put this out on that shit, and I should drop this out on that. You know what I mean? Not like just sporadic shit that fans and shit is throwing up there. Cause that could look funny in a fucking way. You feel me? Like, so I'm not to say, you know, people don't do that shit, but it's not for me, and you know, and I don't necessarily like that shit either. But at sometimes I do, because somebody just promoted me. Then, you know, I didn't have shit to do with the shit, you know what I mean? But it looked like sometimes that it's me doing the shit, then the shit had 82 hits and shit, you know what I mean? So, and I'll be like, that shit ain't, you know what I mean? It's just something that somebody liked from a sporadic moment, which is a fucking millisecond in my life. So that's always, you know, intrigued me, and I thought that's weird as a motherfucker to me. Personally, you know, people, but they just trying to be like, you know, I want people to know how dope Rifleman is, and they just throw some shit up there. Exactly. It's kind of weird to me, but like I say, I've been ignoring it for a minute, so I'm just right now, I'm trying to focus on all type of self-promotion.